What's going on, guys? So before going out to any RV dealership that I plan on doing a review at, I go on Google, I look up the dealership, and I check out what their reviews are. This specific dealership, which is RV Station in Donna, Texas, has a 4.4 star review rating, and that is pretty dang amazing, especially for an RV dealership. So I'm going to take a look at these Jayco units because I haven't done a video on a Jayco product yet, and I think you guys are going to be interested in watching it, so hang tight. So you guys know me, I'm a sucker for a mid-bunk, so let's take a look at this Jayco Northpoint. This is their 377, so roughly 37.7 feet long on the inside, mid-bunk unit. Overall length of this specific coach is going to be closer to about 42 and a half feet long. So this is going to be a pretty sizable coach. The Jayco Northpoint is kind of their mid to upper luxury brand in the Jayco lineup. So you have the Northpoint, then above the Northpoint is the Pinnacle, and below the Northpoint is going to be the Eagle. But the Northpoint is going to be their starting fifth wheel that introduces the drop frame. So this specific unit has a 12-inch I-beam frame, and then it has a drop frame section right here, which is going to give you tremendously large front storage. So as is common with most drop frames, you don't have anything protruding up from the basement storage. It's just a very large flat opening. Comes in very handy when you want to store more stuff, or even if you want to install like a sliding tray into the front of your fifth wheel. As you can see, it has a fully aluminum framed section, as well as an astrofoil bubble wrap material right here. It acts as a radiant barrier. It has a very, very nice aluminum frame section, and the aluminum bracing is closer together than you see on most units. As you can see, it is wired for solar and does have a central vacuum system. I like that they include a tire pressure gauge here. And on some units, you'll see an area right here for a TV that can slide out and be positioned outside of the unit. This specific unit doesn't have that, but it does have the cable and power connections here, as well as a place to store your power line. I like the high gloss exterior of this unit as well. One thing that I like is that they put the awnings on the outside of the slide as opposed to above the slide. And then this specific unit has slide top awnings as well. That just makes it easier to clean debris off if you're going to go to a state park or any area where something might fall on top of it. In some cases, though, they can be caught by the wind, so you have to be careful because they can be noisy, and if you're in high enough winds, sometimes they can even get damaged. What's also nice is that this unit comes standard with Goodyear Endurance tires. These are a US manufactured tire. They're a very, very good tire, and they're just designed to be a more robust tire system than you might get on many others. Rack and pinion slide system, very clean underneath. Utilizes the CRE3000 Morryde suspension system for an equalizer. It's a good system. I would probably upgrade to the SRE4000, but the CRE3000 is definitely a good suspension system on these units. Of course, this does have the LCI ground control system, which is the electronic version of the auto leveling system. Again, ground control is the electronic version, and level up is the hydraulic version. As you can see, it has an I-beam frame. I do like that it has all LED lighting. It does have frameless windows. I'm not a huge fan of frameless windows, even though they do look better, and you're going to be hard-pressed to find your higher-end units that don't have frameless windows. But your standard windows are a little bit better if you want to get airflow moving through the interior of your fifth wheel. Now, what's interesting to see here is that it utilizes a different type of slide system. This is a slim rack system. So this is manufactured by LCI. It's very similar to the Schwintek system. You can see that it has the Sanacon Turbo, which is essentially a way of kind of destroying waste inside of the toilet system in the tank before it exits out. And the mid-bunk slide does have the Schwintek system on it, as well as the front bedroom slide. Very good slide system, and I prefer this because you can see how it's attached to the side of the slide all the way down instead of being fixed at an end point. Very reliable slide system. Now back to the frame. The main I-beam frame is a 12-inch I-beam, and it's attached to an 8-inch I-beam for the drop section. I do like that they provide the Morryde rubber pin box on the front of this unit. A very nice pin box. This does have a really nice and bright LED light strip right here that helps you illuminate the hitching up area. If there's one thing I really like about the Jayco product, especially on these Northpoints, is they pack a tremendous number of features into these coaches, especially for the price. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. So this specific coach has a gross vehicle weight rating of 16,750 pounds, has 7,000 pound axles, and has a payload capacity of 2,161 pounds. This is definitely a coach that I recommend towing with a dually pickup truck. I really would not recommend putting this behind a single rear wheel truck. It's heavy enough, tall enough, wide enough that you're going to want as much stability as possible when towing something like this. Of course, if you buy this unit, it'll be stocked with dual 30-pound propane tanks, one on each side. This coach has a semi-outside kitchen, no sink, but it does have a cooktop as well as a micro refrigerator. Again, if you option it with the outside TV, it would make for a nice little area here for entertaining outside. Of course, you have your outside speakers here. I do wish that they used the thicker access doors on the side here. These doors are a little over a half an inch thick. In some cases, you see many fifth wheels that have an inch thick or an inch and a quarter thick doors on the sides. So I do wish that they would go with a thicker door. Now this does utilize the Morryde step above stairs. Let's go inside this RV. It is key to like, which is really nice, which means one key accesses pretty much everything. So taking a look at the interior of this Jayco, it's really nice because it has a really beautiful arched and trimmed off ceiling. Not only that, the ceiling is very high in this unit. It's pretty much a full profile. Even though there's a slight slope back, it still has a very, very tall ceiling. I am not tall enough to actually touch that ceiling fan. That's how high up it is. The cabinetry up here goes down low enough that you can actually utilize it, which is really nice. And just the trimmings, the dark wood, I think looks really, really good overall in this unit. The opposing slides give you this massive living room area, which just looks really nice. It does have whisper quiet AC units as well. From a living room perspective, I really like the use of the wider theater seating. In some cases, you just have a kind of a single armrest here, but this one gives you more space. It's definitely a much longer slide in terms of overall room. You got plenty of room behind the chairs to move. You have a lot of access space here to sit. The full width sofa is also really nice, and that's going to pull out into almost a king-size bed, complete with end tables. It's kind of strange to see some fifth wheels that put a large sofa here, but no end tables. I think end tables are very important. It has the roller day-night shades as well, so you can roll these things down and pretty much keep all the light out of it. Has a beautiful pantry area, complete with pull-out drawers. It has a nice upgraded stove and oven. Has some nice countertop space right here. Convection microwave. Large island. Now what I do wish they would do is put some type of maybe a coffee station in this area. With this design, it's hard to do it because when the slide's in, it would make contact. But maybe if they took some space out, set this back a little bit and put a little shelf here for a coffee maker. This is a mid-bunk unit. Sorry, there's no power going to it right now. It's kind of dark inside. Has a nice little desk area, TV, a lot of storage here. So you have a really, really nice area here for clothes hangers. If you take these or reposition them, you can hang clothes from the rod there. It has a little bit higher ceiling height in the slide than most as well. So this one's probably a little over 6 feet tall, maybe like 6'2". I do like it when they put this fold-down bunk here and a fold-out bed below it. This makes a lot of sense because it utilizes some space that you might not normally have. In some units, you just get the bottom couch, but you don't get anything up top. In this case, you get extra sleeping area if you bring, some friends along or some kids, or if your children bring their friends along. Now going towards the front, it has a really nice access area right here. This is a tremendous amount of storage. This is really the only fifth wheel I've ever seen with this type of storage, but I would have really preferred that they put some of it to use right here as an area for maybe a coffee station. With the pocket door, they might have to redesign how that door is done if they did it, but this is actually a really, really innovative solution for space. Your control panels right here, really well laid out, nice and clean, plus another area right here for storage. Now going up the stairs, I really like this loft area. This is one of the main selling points of getting a mid-bunk with a loft. You have a great area up here, super thick pad. This is probably a good inch thicker than most of them that I've seen. Lots of storage there at the end, plus air conditioning vent and the ability to mount a TV in the loft area. Very nice. And of course you get some stairs to access that area. Now the bathroom is also really nice. One-piece shower, porcelain toilet, lots and lots of space for storage here. Typically this is a much smaller area. They give you a tremendous amount of room in this bathroom, plus an additional cabinet above the toilet. Really nice front sink area. Medicine cabinet. This is a very, very well thought out bathroom in terms of space. This has more space in front of the toilet, I think, than any mid-bunk I've seen so far. Guys, I'm really impressed with this floor plan, to be honest with you. Even the crown molding that they use looks to be a little bit nicer than most of them. Check out this massive window that's next to the hallway leading up to the master bedroom. Huge. Most of them are maybe a third that size. Now going into the master bedroom, beautiful door by the way. Now this is going to be the first area that I'm a little bit critical on this unit. I do wish that they would have used a full depth slide. So this slide's probably about 24 inches deep. I do wish they would have gone with the deeper slide because it limits some of the space you have here at the end of the bed and the dresser. It's only about maybe 14 inches wide. Not a tremendous amount of room to move around. Now there is a good amount of space on the sides of the bed, so you have enough space to get to the bed and on it. I just wish that there was more space here at the end. Or shoot, do something different and put opposing slides in the master bedroom. Something you typically don't see on mid-bunks, but would definitely open this space up a lot more. Aside from that, it's got a lot of good things. It has the mock air conditioning system up here. It has a ducted system as well. Thermostat. It has a Furrion TV already mounted on the wall. The slide height is also pretty high, so you'd be able to easily, sit back and watch TV without having to worry about your head hitting the top of the slide. Lots and lots of space inside of the closet. You do have a washer and dryer connection here. You would simply remove some of these shelves if you wanted to put it in place. You could walk back there pretty easily. Tremendous amount of room. And these two chairs right here go to the front dinette area and add to the two that are already there. And as is common with most RVs, you have a lot of space underneath the bed as well. This one is fully trimmed out, which is different than most. So you got a lot of room to store things underneath the bed itself. And it's on hydraulic arms, so it's easy to lift up and lower. So this specific unit has an MSRP about $95,000, $96,000. But they are one of the few dealerships that advertises a price with a pretty significant discount already baked in. So this unit has roughly a 30% discount already listed on their website. So that is a phenomenal value for a coach like this. Some people may say it's not worth $96,000, but I would definitely say it's worth $65,000. So if you are in the market for something like this in my opinion is a hard value to beat. I like the slide technology, I like the mid-bunk, I like the loft. Wish there was more space at the end of the bed, but overall it is a beautiful coach. I do wish there was a little bit more countertop space out here in the kitchen as well. I think that is definitely something people look for in these coaches. Overall though, this is a beautiful floor plan. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.